in stone, as his team still has the opportunity to move up or slide down. Now, this is the current standings. They're in six. They're not beating the Valkyries. They're not. Well, they might beat Seattle. I can see them beating Seattle. They're not beating the Valkyries, and they definitely ain't beating the Sparks. They ain't beating them. They ain't beating the Mercury, which we're going to go over their schedule. So as of right now, the Fever would match up with the defending champion, New York Liberty. They're going to get smashed by the Liberty this time. So, Ryan Rucco, what is
The Indiana Fever basketball organization confronts significant challenges regarding their 2025 WNBA playoff qualification chances. What initially appeared as a promising championship campaign has transformed into a battle for postseason positioning. Expectations for the Fever entered the season at exceptionally high levels. Many analysts predicted the franchise possessed necessary talent and resources to compete for the league championship. These optimistic projections centered around having key personnel healthy and available throughout the campaign.
So, Ryan Rucco, what is this? He said,
Indiana will play Washington on Friday at home, then at Connecticut, who has the worst record in the league, on Sunday. Then they have a week off before playing Minnesota twice, home Seattle.
This is the schedule.
You see the way the schedule finishes up. Their final regular season game will have on our air September 9th. Now that stretch where they have the week off is where Stephanie White reiterated to us today she's hoping Caitlin Clark returns to practice. Stephanie talked yesterday.
However, circumstances have dramatically shifted these expectations downward. Current assessments suggest the team faces genuine uncertainty about securing even basic playoff qualification. The organization's postseason hopes have encountered numerous obstacles that were impossible to anticipate during preseason planning. Multiple injury situations have severely impacted roster stability and team chemistry. Caitlin Clark has suffered 3 separate injuries during the current campaign, with the most recent incident appearing particularly concerning. Visual evidence during the latest injury suggested significant pain and distress, indicating potential severity beyond previous incidents.
Reiterated to us today she's hoping Caitlin Clark returns to practice. Stephanie talked yesterday.
Guys, I don't think Caitlin come back, bro. That week. I don't think, bro. It says the Indiana Fever are sitting at number 6 with the 18-15 record, but let's be real, Caitlin Clark absent changed everything. She missed 20 games, and without her, they went 10-10. Now imagine she plays those 20 games. They'll go 15-5 instead. That puts the Fever at 23-10. And suddenly, hold on, let me get this.
Following Clark's most recent setback, additional roster complications emerged within 2 to 3 weeks. Both Sydney Carlson and Ari McDonald sustained injuries, creating critical depth issues at the point guard position. These simultaneous absences forced management to pursue hardship contract signings to maintain adequate roster numbers. The organization subsequently added Chloe Bibby and Addison Sims through emergency signings. However, coaching staff appears uncertain about optimal utilization of these new additions. Lineup configurations have become inconsistent and experimental, suggesting strategic confusion about roster integration.
It's the Fever at 23-10. And suddenly, hold on, let me get this pulled up here. Because those are facts. Those are facts from Jamie there. I can get that thing pulled up. Let me get the entire tweet. Okay, the tweet's not loading. Oh, well. And pretty much, man, they would have won. But it's hard to overstate what it means for the team to get fully healthy. Caitlin Clark back, but guys, at this point, y'all know me, man. I gotta keep it real.
Without confirmed timelines for Clark's return to competition, the franchise faces mounting pressure regarding playoff positioning. Industry publications have begun questioning whether the team can maintain their current standings without their primary offensive catalyst. Recent analysis indicates the Fever must navigate significant challenges to secure postseason qualification before Clark potentially returns to active competition. The organization's ability to manage this transitional period will determine their ultimate season outcomes. The campaign has featured numerous unexpected developments that challenged even experienced basketball analyst predictions. Few observers anticipated the current combination of circumstances affecting team performance and roster availability. Despite these setbacks, the franchise has attempted to maintain competitive consistency. However, their efforts to stabilize operations have met with mixed results given the magnitude of personnel changes required. Current league standings place Indiana in 6th position following a disappointing defeat to the Dallas Wings. The playoff structure accommodates 8 teams, meaning their current positioning remains within qualification parameters. However, this standing lacks security as significant movement remains possible in either direction. Upcoming schedule analysis reveals concerning challenges for maintaining current playoff positioning. The team faces several formidable opponents that could further damage their postseason prospects without key players available. Remaining opponents include teams with superior records and momentum. Washington represents a potentially winnable matchup at home, followed by Connecticut, which currently holds the league's worst record. These games provide opportunities to accumulate necessary victories. However, subsequent contests present greater difficulties. Minnesota appears twice on the remaining schedule, while Seattle, Las Vegas, Phoenix, and other competitive franchises pose significant threats to continued success. Mathematical analysis of potential outcomes suggests concerning trend. During Clark's 20-game absence, the team compiled a 10-10 record, demonstrating mediocre performance without their star player. Extrapolating different injury scenarios reveals how dramatically personnel availability affects competitive results. If Clark had remained healthy for those 20 contests, projections suggest the team might have achieved a 15-5 record during that stretch. Such performance would have resulted in a 23-10 overall record, placing them in significantly stronger playoff positioning. Current circumstances create strategic dilemmas about player utilization moving forward. Even if Clark achieves full health and clearance for competition, management must evaluate whether risking further injury serves the organization's best interests given current standing. Playoff positioning will likely influence decisions about Clark's return timeline. If the team maintains 4th place or higher by her potential return date, medical clearance would probably result in immediate activation. Conversely, if standings deteriorate to 8th place or lower, conservative approaches might prevail. The franchise faces critical decisions about competitive priorities versus long-term player health consideration. Balancing immediate playoff aspirations against future championship opportunities requires careful evaluation of risk versus reward scenarios. Team chemistry and morale present additional concerns during this challenging period. Extended absences of key players test organizational depth and character, while placing increased pressure on available personnel to exceed normal performance expectations. Coaching staff must maximize production from replacement players while maintaining strategic coherence despite constantly changing lineup combinations. This situation demands exceptional adaptability and leadership from both coaches and veteran players. Remaining schedule strength analysis suggests minimal margin for error in upcoming contests. Each game carries heightened significance for playoff qualification, creating pressure-filled environments that could either galvanize or overwhelm the current roster. Home court advantage becomes crucial during this stretch, as familiar environments might provide slight competitive edges for a team struggling with consistency and confidence issues. Fan expectations require management as well, since early season optimism has given way to realistic concerns about postseason participation. Maintaining organizational credibility and supporter engagement during difficult periods tests franchise leadership capability. The organization's response to these challenges will establish precedents for handling future adversity while demonstrating commitment to both immediate competitiveness and sustainable success principles. Financial implications of missing playoffs extend beyond current season disappointment, affecting revenue streams, sponsorship values, and organizational prestige within the league structure. Player development opportunities arise from increased responsibilities for younger team members, though these benefits must be weighed against potential negative impacts from excessive pressure during crucial games. Recovery timelines for injured players remain uncertain, creating additional planning difficulties for coaching staff attempting to prepare for various scenarios while maintaining competitive focus on achievable objectives. The situation exemplifies how quickly professional sports circumstances can change, transforming championship expectations into survival mode within a single campaign period. The Women's National Basketball Association faces significant challenges maintaining television viewership numbers during Caitlin Clark's extended absence due to groin injury complications. This situation has exposed fundamental vulnerabilities in the league's broadcast appeal and marketing strategy. League officials confronted harsh reality regarding their television rating structure following Clark's injury sustained several weeks ago. The dramatic decline in audience engagement demonstrates concerning dependency on individual star power rather than comprehensive league-wide attraction. television metrics have deteriorated substantially since the All-Star break period, coinciding with Clark's unavailability for competition. Broadcast numbers reveal troubling trends that network executives and league administrators cannot ignore moving forward. The most significant ratings driver throughout the season involved matchups between Chicago Sky and Indiana Fever, specifically featuring Clark versus Angel Reese dynamic. This rivalry generated exceptional viewer interest and represented the league's primary television success story. Without both stars available simultaneously, viewership has plummeted to concerning levels reminiscent of pre-growth period number. Recent contests between these franchises achieved historically low ratings compared to earlier season peaks. Statistical analysis reveals dramatic audience erosion across multiple broadcast windows. The first Clark-Reese meeting drew 2.7 million average viewers on ABC, reaching peak viewership of 3.1 million during crucial moments. This represented 115% improvement over previous season averages for comparable time slots. Subsequent meetings demonstrated gradual decline despite maintaining premium broadcast positioning. The second encounter attracted 1.92 million viewers during primetime CBS coverage, marking significant viewership retention despite reduced numbers from the initial contest. Third meeting statistics showed accelerated deterioration, dropping to 1.5 million average viewers despite ABC network placement. This represented loss of 1.2 million viewers compared to inaugural matchup, indicating substantial audience disengagement. Most recent contest without either star present achieved only 1.3 million viewers, representing catastrophic decline from season opening standards. Over 500,000 additional viewers abandoned the broadcast compared to previous meeting when Clark remained active. From May through August, this marquee matchup lost 1.4 million viewers, demonstrating unsustainable trajectory for network programming expectations. Television executives typically consider such dramatic declines unacceptable for prime advertising slots. Clark's injury timeline has created additional complications through inconsistent medical reporting and return projections. Initial assessments listed her status as day-to-day, subsequently changing to indefinite absence without clear explanation for timeline adjustments. Media outlets circulated August 12th as potential return date, followed by game time decision designation for subsequent contests. However, coaching staff contradicted these reports by confirming minimal practice participation, creating confusion about actual recovery progress. This communication inconsistency suggests possible desperation tactics to maintain audience interest through false hope regarding star player availability. Such strategies typically backfire when fans recognize manipulation attempts rather than genuine medical updates. Groin injuries require extensive recovery periods to prevent chronic complications or re-injury situations. Rushing rehabilitation processes risks permanent damage that could end careers prematurely, making conservative approaches medically advisable. Clark faces additional challenges upon return due to increased physical targeting by opposing teams. Defensive strategies specifically designed to limit her effectiveness often involve excessive contact that officials fail to consistently penalize. League officiating standards have permitted concerning levels of physical play directed toward marquee players, potentially contributing to injury susceptibility. Inconsistent whistle protection creates environments where stars absorb punishment without appropriate consequences for aggressor. Other league contests without Clark demonstrate minimal audience engagement beyond Fever games specifically. Recent broadcasts achieved viewership numbers below 200,000 for non-marquee matchups, indicating limited general interest without signature attraction. Sun vs. Sky contest drew 180,000 viewers, while Dream vs. Mercury achieved 160,000, both falling significantly below growth expectations league officials frequently promote. These numbers suggest underlying audience development challenges beyond individual star appeal. Network television programming requires consistent performance metrics to justify advertising rates and broadcast commitments. Dramatic viewership swings based on single-player availability create unsustainable business models for long-term partnership agreements. Television executives expect reliable audience delivery regardless of injury situations or player rotations. When signature programming depends entirely on individual availability, network confidence erodes regarding future investment levels. The league's marketing strategy has concentrated heavily on Clark's presence rather than developing multiple audience draws simultaneously. This approach created vulnerability when primary attraction becomes unavailable for extended periods. Casual viewers represent crucial audience segments for sustained growth, but these demographics abandon viewing habits quickly when signature content disappears. Rebuilding audience engagement requires significant time and marketing investment once patterns change. Alternative programming options compete directly for casual basketball viewership during prime entertainment hours. When marquee contests underperform expectations, audiences migrate to more reliable entertainment sources permanently. Merchandise sales, promotional campaigns, and broadcast scheduling have centered around Clark's participation throughout the season. Her absence disrupts multiple revenue streams beyond direct television advertising impact. Network programming executives face difficult decisions about future broadcast commitments when flagship content demonstrates such dramatic performance variations. Unreliable audience delivery complicates advertising sales and partnership negotiation. The situation reveals broader structural challenges regarding league competitiveness and entertainment value beyond individual star power. Many franchises struggle to generate audience interest independently, limiting backup options during star absence. Player protection policies require immediate attention to prevent similar situations affecting other marquee talents. Consistent officiating standards and enhanced penalty enforcement could reduce injury risks for valuable league assets. Long-term sustainability demands developing multiple audience attractions rather than concentrating marketing efforts on single personalities. Balanced promotional strategies would reduce vulnerability to individual player unavailability. Recovery timeline uncertainties create additional planning complications for broadcast partners and league scheduling departments. Clear communication protocols would improve stakeholder confidence and audience retention strategy. Playoff implications extend beyond immediate ratings concerns, as reduced regular season interest could affect postseason viewership regardless of star player return status. Momentum preservation requires consistent audience engagement throughout campaign period. The league faces critical decisions about injury prevention protocols and officiating consistency to protect valuable assets while maintaining competitive integrity standards. Balance between physical play and player safety requires careful calibration. International broadcasting partnerships and sponsorship agreements depend on reliable audience metrics for contract negotiations and revenue projections. Dramatic fluctuations complicate financial planning and partnership stability. Youth basketball development and participation rates often correlate with professional league visibility and star player recognition. Extended absences of signature attractions could impact grassroots growth initiatives. Media coverage patterns shift significantly during star player absences, reducing overall league visibility beyond direct broadcast impacts. Decreased attention affects multiple marketing and promotional opportunities. The situation demonstrates both opportunities and risks associated with rapid league growth periods. Sustainable development requires diversified attraction strategies rather than concentrated dependency on individual personalities.